Hello, everybody. Well, let's see. I hope you guys can all hear me. Live chat turned on. Okay. Hey, guys. How is it going? I feel like I'm all discombobulated here. Welcome to a live chat. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. I hope you can all hear me. I'm still trying to get my microphone to not be in my way or in my face. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Okay. I hope you guys are all having a great day. If you're watching the replay, feel free to leave a comment. If you're watching live, say hi, and I'll say hi back. You can leave me a question or a comment, and I will do my best to answer it. Hey, Miss Erica. Hey, Terry. Hey, Susan. Hey, guys. I hope you all have had a great day. We've had a really good day. Hello, Mrs. Intense, Beth, Miss Pam, Rachel. Hey guys, I hope you all are having a good day. Hey Miss Judy. Hey guys, welcome on in. If you want to share the video, I would appreciate it. And if you want to leave me a comment, I will get to that. Hope you all are having a great day. Yes, happy Groundhog Day. Me and the kids watched. We were waiting on the bus this morning, and it was like I looked up because they were asking me, what time do we know about the groundhog? Did it see its shadow? And I was like, let's look it up. And it said 7:20 or something like that's right now. And so we watched him say 6 more weeks of winter, which is just so weird. The groundhog thing is weird, but the kids had a kick out of seeing the groundhog. Oh, Rachel, you're getting married soon. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Wow, congratulations. I hope everything goes smoothly and you have a great day. That is so exciting. Glenda, Jen, Kim. Oh, you live 15 minutes. Cool. 15 minutes from there. Yeah, we were watching it live this morning. The kids thought got a big kick out of it, seeing the groundhog and them lifting him in the air and all that. Hey, Sarah. Hey, guys. I hope you all are having a great day. If you want to leave a comment, I will get to them. If you want to ask a question, we can just hang out for a little bit. Yay. I'm so glad that you found a good guy for you and your daughter. That's awesome. That's such a blessing. Hi, Kylie. Man, feels like just yesterday we were planning our wedding, and that was 13 years ago. So, oh man, time flies. And that day, especially, like everybody that's had wedding days can tell you, it just flies by. You spend so much time planning every little detail out and all of that. And then it's just like, oh my gosh, I wish we could relive the day. It was so fun. But it just flies by so fast. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, I do have a setting turned on to where you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes to comment. So it won't let you comment, that's why. Make sure you're subscribed, and then in 5 minutes you can comment. That really has helped keep the trolls out of here. That used to be a really sad part about going live, is we get all of this like spam. I don't know why trolls are like attracted to live streams, but anyway, that really has cut down on that. Hello, Teresa and Belinda. Hi. All of you that are saying you finally caught a live, welcome. I'm glad to see that you're here. It's so much fun. We did give Layla a carrot today. Mark gave it to her. Layla gets so many treats throughout the day. She is spoiled a lot. Oh, man. I thought she would be in here with me. I brought her bed in here, and she's been hanging out with me, but I think David's in the living room on his recliner, so she's hanging out with him. She loves to sit in whoever's lap that's sitting down. Time does seem to go by fast. It's so true. It's crazy. We are doing really great. We're doing super great. We're excited for the weekend. It's been, I don't know, it just seems like it's been a long week. I haven't got much sleep. Nate's had a couple hard nights, like not sleeping. Mark has, and so I just feel exhausted. So we're happy tomorrow's Friday. Layla is the sweetest. She is so sweet, and she is so spoiled. Like, we all just dote on her all the time, so she gets plenty of carrots. She's always right by my side when I'm in the kitchen, and so she loves, like, any kind of crunchy vegetable, like carrots, cucumbers. She loves lettuce even, it's weird, but carrots are her very favorite thing. Oh, but Layla's kinda like that too about baths. If you just say the word bath, she will run from you, and she just does not like baths. So, she kind of gives us the silent treatment after that. Hello from the UK. Hello, Carrie. Welcome. Thank you all so much for all the prayers. We really are doing really well. We are praying, um, and that, the right doors would stay open and the wrong doors would close. And, David's talking to a couple different churches right now. And so nothing is, of course, set in stone or anything, but um, we're praying for the right path. Oh, it's Friday lunchtime here in Australia. That is so cool. I love hearing like what time of day it is where you are because it just seems so wild. Like we're over here, it's 8:45 at night and you're having lunch on Friday. It's mind-boggling, really. Um yeah. Our Layla does not like baths at all, but I really do think that she feels better, even though she would never admit it if she could speak. She she has to feel better because she seems, like, really spunky after she gets a bath, but she does not like the process at all. And I remember when I first got Layla, I was, pretty young. I'd wanted a little dog for a long time before we got her, and we had had bigger dogs as kids, but she was, like, my first little dog, and I just had this vision of me bathing her and blowing her hair dry with a hair dryer. Yeah, she hates that, like, she will not tolerate it, so I've never got to live out that dream. She will not let me near her with a hair dryer. I was so disappointed the first time I tried. It's so funny. Um, oh, 5:45 there. That's so weird. Like, we have been Eastern time for a while now. When we lived in Georgia, we were Eastern time, and when we lived, here obviously is Eastern time. And so it's even an hour different, like, from our family in Alabama, but we're constantly like, "Oh, what time when they wanna call or whatever, can we FaceTime?" Like, who what time and what time zone? It gets kinda confusing, so oh, man. Yes, David's on. So everybody say, "Hey." He's watching from the living room, keeping an ear out for the kids. Like I said, Nate was up at midnight last night, and it was one of those times I had a hard time going to sleep, and so I was, like, just drifting off to sleep, only been asleep for a few minutes when he woke up, and then he just was up till around 2 AM, and I kept, like, trying to, like, go to sleep, but then I would, like, "Oh, but he's gonna get up and run around." So, finally, I gave him some more melatonin. It took a little while, but he finally went back to sleep around 2, and so, oh, man, we're dragging a little bit today. Oh. Oh, okay. Let's see. If you have a question, a comment, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. If you have a dying question, Ireland. Well, we have a lot of countries represented tonight. UK and Australia and Ireland. That's so cool. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Oh, what's my favorite Bible verse? I get that question and I'm like, man, that's a really hard question. You guys let me know in the chat. No caller ID. You guys see that? I am not going to be answering that one. Um, Let me know in the chat what David's favorite Psalm 37:4. I talked about this on the vlog a week ago or so. That verse that talks about Hagar when she says, "I have seen the God who sees me." I don't even know where that's found. Genesis something. I really like that. I've always related to Hagar. Just I don't know. Hagar and Leah. I talked about this in the vlog. I just always feel so bad for them in the scripture, but I am also encouraged that even though they were overlooked by, the men in their life, like God never overlooked them and he always looked out for them. And so that verse means a lot to me. Elroy, the God who sees me. But I have so many other ones. It's hard because they all speak to you in different seasons. No caller ID again. I'm declining it. The other one I really like is trust in the Lord with all your heart. and He will direct your steps. Again, I'm terrible with the references. Um, anyway, that one's good. There was a song that we sang when we were kids in like kids' church, and it was like, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. And I love that song. I loved that song as a kid, and that has stuck with me, and I love that Bible verse. What is, let's see. Oh, and South America is on. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to try to go up here and start at the top with questions. So if I miss your question, I'm very sorry. I have no idea what's going on with my phone. It's just going off and off and off and saying no caller ID. So my volume of my phone is off, but it's coming through on the computer. That's lovely. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Where was I born? I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. David was born in Florence, Alabama, which is about 2.5 hours north of Birmingham, in the very top part of Alabama. So we're both born in Alabama and grew up there too. Romans 8:28, that's a good one. What is my favorite state to live in? We have really enjoyed every single state we've lived in. Truly, we have. There's been pros and cons to every single one. In Texas, I loved the culture there, the array of various things to do. I mean, we lived in San Antonio, Texas, which is just a beautiful place to live. I mean, the Riverwalk, there's so much good food in Texas. The friends we met there, we lived there for 6 years. So we went there as not single, but we didn't have kids. So we were just newly married and then became parents. And it was just a really special place to live. I did not like how hot it was at all. It was way too hot. And I didn't like how far it was. It took us, with the kids, we would drive overnight. We weren't vlogging during this time, but this would have made a very good vlog. We would leave at like the afternoon, and then we would drive all afternoon, all evening, and we would get to Alabama at like the 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. It was such a hard drive, but that was the only way we could do it when the kids were little, so they would sleep. And it was brutal. It would take us 18, 19, 20 hours, and we would just drive it straight through. It was rough. Georgia, we loved where we lived in Georgia. It was a small town, but we were also only like an hour from Atlanta, so there was also lots to do. Not far from us. I loved everything about Georgia. The mountains, such beautiful falls. Of course, we love Alabama. That's where we're from. So having family close by when we lived there. And then here, I've loved the winters here. I've loved the mild summers. I just have loved the weather. I love the small town that we're in. It's been totally different living here than anywhere else because we are truly in a very tiny town. And to get outside of our town is like an hour away to anything. But we truly have everything we need here. So I really like it. I like it here. So I really have found lots of places that we like. So I don't even know what my favorite is. Okay, I'm going to try to go faster here because I'm kind of behind in the chat. Let's see. What is my diet? If you guys have been around for a while, you know that I do intermittent fasting. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've done it for over a year now. Mostly I do OMAD, which is eating one meal a day. So usually I'll eat around 4 to 5 o'clock, sometimes later, and I eat whatever I want. But I do try to be mindful. Like I don't just sit down and go through like a dozen donuts because I know that wouldn't make me feel good. I try to be mindful of the foods I eat, but it's truly brought me so much food freedom. I've been someone that struggled with my weight my whole life. I'm still in the process of losing weight. It's not like I've arrived or anything, but all of the food issues that I had in terms of like obsessing of food. If you've never had that, if you never struggled with food stuff and like obsession and like the complete, I don't even know the word, but the way people say like, oh, well, it's easy to lose weight. Just count calories and, eat small meals. Like that didn't work for me. It made me miserable, and to struggle for so long and finally find something that feels doable, it's just been life-changing. So that's why I talk about it so much. I'm not saying it's for everyone, and I know it sounds really crazy, But the more and more I've read the science of intermittent fasting and all of the benefits to your body, it really does make a lot of sense. And because it has worked so well for me, I just have to share because I wish people people knew more about it. Like I didn't know about it for so long and I wish I had when I was struggling so hard. Um what do we have for dinner tonight? We you need an idea for dinner. We were gonna have breakfast for dinner. That was on the meal plan if you saw my meal plan this week. And then I went to check the bacon. Before I even made it, I was like, "I don't really feel breakfast for dinner. Maybe I'll take the bacon and cook it and do, like, sandwiches with it because that sounded kinda good." But my bacon had expired, and it wasn't, like, a little bit bad, it was, like, really bad. So I didn't realize I'd had it for so long, I guess, or it was right at the I don't even know if it was, like, almost bad when I bought it. I haven't had it that long. So darn, I wish I had frozen it before it had gone bad. So I had to throw that out, and so what we ended up having, David had some leftovers from last night, and I had my favorite avocado toast, y'all know I'm obsessed with that. You take some bread, I like to take whole wheat bread or honey wheat, and toast it, and then you put smashed avocado on there, and cottage cheese on top of that, and then hot honey and crushed red pepper, and it's so good. It's like sweet, spicy, creamy. It's delicious, and it has lots of protein. So I had that with some veggies and dip, and that was like a really pretty light dinner, but it was so good. Okay, Philippians 4:13. That is a great one. Hi, Ina or Ina. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Hi, Damien. Um, Yes. Texters and callers have become a lot more creative and they yeah, they'll say like, "You've won a prize. Click here to claim your prize." And then they're complete spam and then they do stuff. So, can you tell us about when you worked as a nurse? What did you work in? I'm an RN turned stay-at-home mom too. Oh, I didn't work very long as a nurse. I'll tell you that. When me and David first got married, I worked first, I did flu shots, at clinics all over, like, Walmart would have, like, a clinic, and I would go and get flu shots. I love that job. It was so fun, because it was pretty, like, easy work. There's a lot of, like, paperwork and, like, insurance stuff you had to do, but I really liked doing flu shots. You got to meet some interesting people, and then I got a job doing, in the OR at a children's hospital doing, RNs, like a circulating kind of nurse, if you know anything about the OR. What was hard at the hospital I worked in, most of the time, if you're an RN, you just do like you don't scrub in, okay? You don't scrub in and, like, be an assistant to the surgeon. Usually scrub techs do that. Well, at this hospital that I was in, you train to do both. So you would do the RN typical job where you're, like, with the patient and you're charting and you're, in the room, but you're doing other tasks, not, like, scrubbed in, if that makes sense. So I had to learn how to scrub in, and I hated it. It's not anything they teach you in nursing school, and so I just completely hated it. The surgeons were really rude to us because they didn't understand why we didn't know what all these tools were and stuff because they were used to dealing with scrub techs who were trained in all of that. So it was just really stressful. I hated it. I worked there until I hurt my back really bad. I had a herniated disc in my back. Couldn't do the OR anymore. There's so much lifting and stuff with that. And so, right after I stopped doing that, we moved to Texas and I did flu shots again with a company. And really, that was the extent of my RN experience. It was very short. I probably didn't even have over a year of experience. So, I didn't really like it. I didn't find anything I loved, and that's why when people are like, "Oh, you should go back to nursing," I really don't want to. And I haven't had I did, of course, in nursing school have experience in the hospital and stuff like that. But a lot of times to start out, you have to have med surge hospital floor experience. And I don't have that. And so I would have to go back to that. I don't know, maybe one day, but it's just not it wasn't anything I loved. So I don't have a great nursing experience. I really did not like it. I hated it, honestly. So anyway, but it did, my experience did prepare me. My experience in nursing school did prepare me for lots of things in life. Nursing school is no joke. If you can get through that, you can get through anything. Um, Can you do a video on fasting and praying? That's a good question. I will say that I grew up doing fasting in terms of fasting with the church, fasting for spiritual reasons. And that's kind of like a different thing than intermittent fasting for health. It's similar but different, because your focus is just not on the same thing. Um, so it was hard this year when we went on a spiritual fast because I'm like, I fast every day. It doesn't feel like I don't want it to not feel special that I'm doing a spiritual fast. So it's just about the time, you know, remembering that when you're fasting, fill that time with spending more time with God, spending more time in prayer. And so it's your focus really. But that's a good question. David says it's Genesis 16:13. So I need to remember that. And thank you, Susan said too. Genesis 16:13, the Hagar, you're the God that sees me. I love that verse. Kids are doing great. Oh yeah. And the trust in the Lord one, Proverbs 3:5 and 6. I knew that one and it just slipped my mind. Okay. I just lost my place in the chat. Okay. 150 in Ireland right now. That is so weird. Alabama, in terms of being near family, um, definitely like we love being close to family. Family is so important. But I don't know, like I've really have liked every single thing that I do. So um how old am I? I am 36 and I did say hi. I did say hi. If I missed anybody saying hi to, hi. What's my favorite movie and TV show? If you've watched my channel for a long time, you probably know my favorite TV show is 100% The Office. I love it. I just love it. I've seen every single episode 100 million times. I usually fall asleep to it every single night. I just love that show. I also really love Friends. I was a big Friends person when I was in college. Y'all, this is going to make me feel old, but when I was in college, um, I did not have like there was no Netflix. Netflix was what you got in the mail and they were DVDs. Like that's when I was in college, that's what we had. I didn't have cable. The only internet we had was like dial up. So to like be entertained, it was either read a book, watch like just like local channels, or I had every single DVD series of Friends. And so that's what I did for fun is I just watched Friends over and over. So I have a special place in my heart for Friends. I also really love I Love Lucy. I'm not a big movie person. I like watching movies, but in terms of like saying my favorite one, I really don't know. I'm not a big movie person. I'm definitely more of a TV person. Nate and Lucy are doing great in school. They are doing wonderful. Yeah, the Riverwalk is so much. Carrie, you have been looking for my sour cream enchiladas recipe. I do think I showed it not that long ago inside of a vlog, maybe Vlogmas, but I have no idea where it is. I did just film a completely separate video for it for my Patreons. On the Patreon page. So if anyone's interested in joining Patreon, that full recipe is over there. But I think if you go through some of the Vlogmas, I'm pretty sure I showed y'all in a quick vlog how to make it. It is such an easy recipe. And then I have a video. Hold on, let me see if I can link it. I'm still here. Nobody go anywhere. I have a video that is very close. It's actually the way I used to make these enchiladas before I tweaked it a little bit. So I can link that recipe video. The only real difference, it's been so long since I've seen this video, but I think the only real difference, I'm going to link it right now. The only real difference is in this video, I use cream cheese in the chicken mixture. I don't do that anymore. I don't think you need it. It's tasty with it, but I don't think you need it. So I kind of tweaked that. But it's such a good recipe. It's one of our favorites. Okay. Do, 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 do. David David usually fasts some days and he does some meals. He doesn't usually fast as long as me. David doesn't also have a lot of the like if meat like I have to do the long fast because once I start eating, I just want to keep eating. He's not like that. Like he can eat a meal and then he's fine for like 7 hours, 6, 7 hours or whatever. And then so we're just different, but he does fast a lot with me too. Um, your school year in Australia runs to the calendar year. Oh, and the schools went back earlier this week. That's very interesting. Um, yeah, that's interesting how everybody does it a little bit different. I was one of those people who said I could never do fasting because I would get headaches. Used to be, if I didn't eat breakfast, I would get very nauseous. I would get headaches. This is like before I started fasting. If I just skipped breakfast, I would get a headache or I would get nauseous. But you really do adjust to it. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel so good when I do it. So until you get used to it, you may have some issues, but I don't have any of those issues anymore. Was fasting difficult for you when you first began? I've counted calories on and off since I was 14. Tried Weight Watchers a few times and failed. This is what makes me so irritated with Weight Watchers and counting calories. No hate. If that works for you and it works for you, great, then wonderful. But this is what I hear from so many people. I tried counting calories, I tried Weight Watchers, and I failed. You didn't fail. Like it's set up. It's set up. The thing failed. Like the statistics show that 99% of all diets fail. But then we beat ourselves up when we go off track or we fail. And it's not true. Like some of those diets are they're so restrictive to the point that you're not even getting enough calories. And people like to come on, my shorts and stuff, and they tell me, you're starving yourself. You're starving yourself. You're starving yourself. And I get what they're saying because they don't know what I'm doing. And so I don't take offense to it. But I promise you, I am eating so much more now than I did when I was counting calories and ring, Weight watching, whatever, doing Weight Watchers. I eat so much more and I enjoy my food. I'm just eating it in a small window, and then my body has all this time to process it and burn fat. I mean, it's just amazing. I found like my skin is clearer. I found my headaches are lessened. But it's just so funny because we like to blame ourselves when these diets that we try 100 times fail. We're like, oh, well, we just can't stick with it. That's what I used to tell myself. I'm so weak. I cannot stick with this diet. Instead of being like, this is a stupid diet. And it failed. It failed me. They don't have a great success rate. And like Weight Watchers, again, no, I follow a lot of people who are on Weight Watchers. Sorry. I follow a lot of people who are on Weight Watchers and they love it. And that's great. I'm all supportive of that. But where was I going with this? That thing distracted me. I follow a lot of people on Weight Watchers, but the thing is, like, they'll change their program every year. They can't even make up their mind of what's healthy or what you should do. There's always like changes, and it's at the end of the day, it's a business. They're trying to make money. Like that's their whole goal is to make money, and they make money off of people staying on and then falling off track and blaming themselves and then trying again. So I don't think I don't know why my thing is just ringing off the hook. I'm so sorry. Um, I don't know. I mean, I know why fasting is never going to have a lot of traction, or at least I hope it does. But I think a lot of the reason it's never going to have a lot of traction is people, well, number one, people think it's crazy. Although people have been fasting for thousands of years, this whole like small meals every couple hours. Ugh, small meals every couple hours, that's not how people have been eating most of the centuries of the past. That's a fairly new concept. And anyway, so there's the people think they're crazy. And also there's no money in fasting. It's free. There's nothing you can make money off. There's no like plan or whatever. So anyways, yeah, the kids in the kitchen. Yeah, sometimes they do get in the kitchen with me, especially Lucy really likes that. Nate sometimes he really likes to make pizza. Um Avocado toast is so good, yes. Lucy has, I think, tried avocado, she's not into it. I think she's like me, like, I used to think when I was her age too, "That's so gross," but I think it's just the way it looks, so, um yeah, I used to be like that too with not wanting to have, like, touch meat, that oh, I was so against meat. I still am not a big fan of touching raw meat and dealing it. I'm kind of better about it now, but it's not my favorite thing to do, so thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. It does help, and we have 74 people on right now, so that's awesome. Um, Thank you so much, Belinda. I really wanted to go into nursing because I had had a lot of health problems, and the people that made the biggest difference in my care when I was a teenager were the nurses. They were the ones that were there the most, and they explained things, and they were just so caring. And that's kind of what I went into it with. But nursing school is real hard. That that whole saying. I hope this has changed, but that whole saying like nurses eat their young or whatever, um, because like nursing school is hard. And we had it hard. We're going to make it hard on you. And it just was a really hard, it was hard. And then the experiences I had in the hospital at the OR and all that, I didn't get to have the patient interaction and the care that I was wanting. It was definitely like the patients were knocked out. And anyway, I know like not everybody has to have med surge, but I do think that a lot of people want you to start with that. And I just, I did children's med surge in college as like my practicum. And I liked that, but it was also hard too. And I don't know that I could do children's again, now that I'm a mom. I just feel like it would be too hard. Um, yeah, flu shots again, you never know. I do think though, like, I don't even think the company, maybe they still do it because they would like send us to like businesses and stuff, but we did a lot of Walmarts and stuff. And I know now pharmacists are doing that, not nurses. So do I ever do alternate day fasting? I have in the past experimented with alternate day fasting. I know over here on YouTube, Mom Fasting, she has a great channel and she does alternate day fasting. If anybody wants to like look into that, Mom Fasting is a great resource. I found it kind of hard, and it's more like mentally hard and less physically hard because I wasn't really hungry, but going a full day, like waking day without eating and then going to bed, it was really hard, like mentally. But I did feel good once I got past the sleeping part and I woke up the next day. I felt so good. I didn't even feel hungry. I've had so much energy. So it would be something I would be interested in trying again um, in the future for sure. Okay. I lost your place again. Okay. I'm way behind in the comments, so I'm so sorry. Hey, Haley. Did I ever hear about the fraudulent nurses in Florida? I haven't. I have not heard about that. Mark's birthday is on Monday. He is on Monday. He's going to be 3, y'all. I'm not ready. I am not ready. Is there a state you wouldn't like to move to? I would not. I'm real scared to say this because that's like what they say. Like, never say I will never be a missionary to Africa. No, I don't think. I think God knows our hearts. Um, I would not like to move further from home if we could help it. I mean, I'm not saying we wouldn't if we felt like it was the right place, but further away, we're about 7 hours from my mom and dad, about 6 from David's parents, and that is far. And I can't imagine being further. So that's all I'm saying. I wouldn't want to move super far west. I wouldn't want to move super far north. I kind of like the southeast, Midwest, but more on the south part. Um, I like the US version of The Office. US. I do not like the UK. I'm sorry. I don't know. I never could get into the UK one, but I love the US Office and it's just so good. Yeah, it's on Peacock. I watch it on Peacock now that it's off of Netflix. Did Lucy ask to play the piano or did you ask her first? I was encouraging her. We started it when we were living with my mom and dad, and her cousin takes dance. and I thought Lucy would love dance. She loves dancing, she loves music, and so I suggested she start dancing. And she was kind of thinking about it, and she came to us and asked to start piano instead, which I was kind of surprised. But I mean, her dad plays piano, her Grammy plays piano, so it makes sense, and she's done so well with it, but it was definitely all her idea. Yeah, California, I can't imagine living that far away. Yeah, Netflix on DVDs, that was a whole nother I mean, I loved it. I had Netflix on DVDs, but that was interesting. Stephanie says, I love that with OMAD, I can have dessert if I really want or a really yummy dinner and feel no guilt for the first time. Girl, yes, like that is exactly how I feel. And I have started on shorts. This is a little inside scoop on my shorts. I have stopped showing like the amounts of food I eat. I try to like be real loose with like, this is what we had for dinner, not like this is everything I had on this plate because people, they want to put you in guilt. They want to say, oh, well, that's only like 1,000 calories. You shouldn't eat that. Or, oh my gosh, you ate like 3,000 calories. So I don't want to ever let them know how much I eat because truly, I don't think about a calorie, a macro. Like I just eat the foods that I love and I have zero guilt about it. And that is something I've never experienced before. And so, I love getting to have like a dinner where I feel really full after. Like I don't feel sick, but I feel really satisfied. And it's easy to fast knowing that I get to have that at night or I get to have that whenever I want. I adjust it. Sometimes I eat during the day, sometimes I eat at night, but usually it's dinner. David's definitely the movies person. So if you have any movie questions, I like going to the movies. For me, like at home, a movie's too long. I'm either gonna fall asleep or I'm gonna get distracted. The kids are gonna need me. The laundry is gonna need me. I don't wanna sit down and watch like a 2-hour movie. Now going to the movies and like escaping, eating popcorn, I love all of that. Um, how did the kids get their names? Okay, so Nate, we had Nate's name picked out forever, like for a long time. I think he was gonna be David, you have to come here and tell me if I am telling you if I'm saying this wrong. I know Nate's name was gonna be a different middle name. Or no, okay, I remember now. When we first got pregnant, we had the name Luke and Lucy. That was our 2 names. And when we found out it was a boy, I we were like, okay, well, it's going to be Luke because we love the name Luke. But I told David, I don't want to waste the name Lucy because if we have a boy and we name him Luke, I'm not going to name the next one if it's a girl Lucy because we'll have a Luke and Lucy. Like it's too similar. And so I loved Lucy more than Luke. And so then we decided we had liked the name Nathan, call him Nate, and then Nathan David just stuck. And then, of course, with Lucy, we already had her name picked out. So it was easy, Lucy Kate. I have loved the name Lucy Kate my whole life. I Love Lucy. It's one of my favorite TV shows. And so I just love the name Lucy for forever. And I just love the way Lucy Kate sounded. And also when I was telling my mom like what we were going to name her, she's like, you also have like a great great grandmother that was named Kate. So it all worked out. And then when we found out Mark was a boy, it was a little bit harder because we did not have a boy's name. I had a pretty strong feeling of a girl name. We were going to name her Nora Jane, I think. Oh, now I can't even remember. But we could not come up with a boy's name. I've always liked the name Mark, and it was kind of like an old fashioned. And if you'll notice, I really like names that are short. So we have Nate, Lucy, Mark. And so it kind of fit. But then we were trying to decide on a middle name. And we couldn't decide. We wanted to name it after family, but it's like, well, which one? There's so many men in our family that would be a good fit, like who do we choose? And then we decided on my maiden name because it kind of summed up a lot of the men on my side of the family. So then he was Mark Turner Holley. So anyway, that's the story of the names. Um, yeah, remember the Titans. That's David's favorite movie. I really like that movie too. Sherry, you made the sour cream enchiladas. Yay, I'm so glad. Um, let's see. Your favorite verses are Matthew 6, 14, and 15. I'm gonna have to look that up and see what it says. You're wondering what denomination we are. Would you attend the church in the interim at another denomination that might be in your area? That actually is exactly what we're doing. So we are Assemblies of God. That's our denomination, which I've had a lot of people confused about what even a denomination is. And I know it's confusing, like if you don't know, and I'm not the best at explaining it. Basically, like different denominations may have small differences in faith. Like we all believe Jesus is the Son of God and died for our sins. Like that's the very like broad of what of our the most important, obviously. But then there's like small differences in beliefs. And so we are Assemblies of God. That's who David is ordained with. That's where we want to stay. But there's we're in a very small town. And so there's not a lot of options in terms of churches to go for right now. So we're actually going to a Christian church right now. And we really have enjoyed it. So it's not somewhere that will be long term, but for right now, it's been a really good fit for us. Okay. How have my experience been with PT, OT, and speech? Um, okay, so Nate does take PT, no, OT and speech. Um, when he was little, like 3, we had speech coming to our house. This was before he was diagnosed with autism. We all hated that. No offense to we had a great speech therapist. It just was very hard them being in our home. Nate was very easily distracted. He didn't want to do anything they said. Lucy was a little baby. It was just a really hard time, and we hated it. And now Nate gets, so I really advocated once he started preschool with the school system in special needs, like advocated him to have speech in a different setting than our home. Not because I didn't want him there and I didn't want to be involved, I do, but it was just really it was just too distracting for him to be at home where all of his stuff is and all of his toys are. And so he's always gotten his services at school, and he's already there in like a learning environment, and he's done really well with that. So some kids do great at the home, and you just have to, do what's best for you in your situation. Okay. Okay, David's answering that. Any advice on finding a church to belong to? I think he's answered that. He said, try one out. Yeah. I would say the same thing. And like my biggest piece of advice when you're trying to find a church is no church is going to be perfect. There's, there's people at churches, and you might not like every single little thing, but I would like plant myself where you feel like God's leading you, and plant yourself. Don't like run to another church when something, that you don't love happens, unless it's something big, obviously. But, people run to different churches because they don't like the color of the carpet, like seriously, or, so and so hurt their feelings. Like church is a family, and you're not going to like it's like we're a family. Do we always love every single thing about each other? No, but we are part of a community. And so I think plant yourself, get involved, serve. And it's not just for the church that you serve, it's for you. Like it's for you to get involved and to serve. It makes a difference in you. Okay, I'm like really cold. Yes. Yes. Belinda, I knew exactly what you meant. And yeah, that's exactly what we're doing right now. It was not a church that we would want to work at. I mean, just because it's a little bit different than AG, but we really have enjoyed the messages, and they have a good children's program. And so it's important to us for our kids to be in church and to have that constant. So, okay, it scrolled me down again, so I'm trying. Oh, um, you're 30 now and you think avocado is gross. That's so funny. To me, avocado does not taste like much. It's all about like the seasoning you put on it. To me, it just tastes like kind of creamy. But I know for some people, like there's certain things I don't like that people are like, what? So I get it. Yeah, like why is like nursing so it's like this mentality that because I got a hard time and other nurses were mean to me, I'm going to be mean to other people. Like I don't understand that. I never understood that. Like I had professors that I swear their goal was to fail you and to make your life miserable and to make you scared to death. And I just don't. I don't like that. To me, like, lead by being a good example and being kind, like, that's gonna make more of a difference. Um, oh, thanks you guys for the thumbs up. Yeah, see, Rose, I feel so bad. Because she said, they definitely eat their young. I had to leave the profession too, and that's just so sad because, like, s nurses are wonderful people, but nursing school is really hard. I mean, I didn't realize when I got into it how hard it was gonna be. I had all straight A's going into nursing school, my prereqs, and then I got into nursing. I tried to quit because I hated it. I hated how mean everyone was, truly. Not my friend, like, I had great friends, but, like, all the professors and stuff, and, I tried to quit, like, a year into it, and I was so far in, I would have to do so many, like, other to switch majors, I'd have to, like, lose credits and all this stuff, and so I stuck it out, but it never was like, "This is my dream," you know? Florida people that didn't go to nursing school took the NCLEX and became nurses. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. Oh, we are 3 hours from both sides of our families, moved 10 years ago for hubby's job. Yeah, it's hard. Like, 3 hours is I mean, it's hard because, like, we have stuff that comes up all the time where if we had family close by, they could come help, they could help with whatever. If we have a church event or we have something we need to be at or a doctor's appointment and we have to bring our kids a lot of times to stuff and it's hard. And it would be so much easier if we had family nearby. But we also have always kind of lived far away except for that short period of time we lived with our family a couple years ago. So we're really used to it. As hard as it is, we're kind of used to doing it on our own. Like, we don't just trust anyone to watch our kids. We don't have, like, babysitters. So a lot of times when they come to visit, we'll go out on a date or something and kind of try our best to do that, but it is hard. You love the US version of The Office too. Yeah, like, I feel like that's the better one, right? I know some people are like, "Oh, no, only the UK version," but there's a reason The Office version went for 9 seasons. Like, it's so good. And Steve Carell, I mean, amazing. I just love him. Okay. Hey, M. Thank you for so much for catching alive. We're up to 85 people on here. I'm sorry I'm kind of behind on the chat. I'm trying to hurry it up. I'm so glad you like the OMAD shorts. I love doing the shorts, but I get so many, like, people that don't watch my channel, which is perfect. That's what we want. It's a great way to get your channel out there to people who maybe not watch, but they have no idea what OMAD is or what intermittent fasting is, and so I get all the comments like, "You're just like an anorexic promoting, like, anorexic behavior." I'm like, I am not anorexic. I am the furthest thing from anorexic, I promise you. And so, I don't know, like, people just have no idea what even intermittent fasting is, and that's why I love sharing it, but it's just funny because they call me anorexic, like, every video. So, oh, thank you so much, Sarah. You look forward to my videos every day. You are so welcome, and Starla too. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So David's reminding me about the names. It was gonna be Luke David. That was what Nate's name would have been, but I just was so in love with the name Lucy. I was like, "I'm willing to scratch Luke." The possibility to have a Lucy, which we had no idea if we would ever have a girl, but and then if Lucy had been a boy, her name would have been William Henry, and, but for some reason, when it came time to choose Mark's name, William Henry just didn't fit. I don't know. We that's the name we always thought it would be, but it just didn't fit him. I don't know. We're like, this doesn't seem right. And so then we went with Mark. Oh, Nora Grace. That's right. What did I say? Nora Jane. I knew that wasn't right when I said it. Yeah. Mark's name would have been Nora Grace if he was a girl. What do we do in America for fun? I don't know because I'm old and a mom, and for fun, I like to take naps and walk around Walmart, but I don't know, what do we do in America for fun? We go to movies, we watch TV, we read books. I don't know, nothing, like, super duper exciting. Aw, thanks so much. Play with your grandbaby for fun, that does sound fun. Your favorite movie is Flywheel. I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay. Um, let me see. Lindsay, you've been washing dishes and finishing your dinner, but what listening? Thank you so much. Always watch someone on YouTube when I'm doing dishes. It makes time go by so fast. Starla says, "Is David a pastor or music minister?" He's both. Um, where we were here, he did the music, but he also did a lot of other kind of associate pastor things. And he's open to, maybe exploring some other areas of ministry in terms of, he's led when we were in Alabama for the short time, he was a lead pastor. He's definitely has more experience doing music. He's done music the longest. He's done music ever since I've known him. But he's also super talented in other areas and I think would be an amazing lead pastor. So we're just kind of praying about it and keeping, you know, praying that God will lead us to the right thing either way. Then you guys remember when we were in Georgia, he did music associate and youth stuff. So he can do it all. Um, yeah, Kim, like so many people are so loyal to Weight Watchers, but it's like, I get it. Like, if that works for you, that's great. I'm not trying to down on Weight Watchers, but it's like, how many times have they gone off of Weight Watchers, gained all their weight back, and then started over? Like, I see people do that all the time. So it's like, is it really successful? They'll be like, yeah, well, Weight Watchers helped me lose 50 pounds. Okay, but how many of those did you keep off? Because if you gained it all back, it doesn't really count as a success story? Okay. Yes. There is actually a Christian church denomination, as David's saying, similar to like Baptist or Methodist. So denominations can be like Baptist, Methodist, we're Assemblies of God, there's Church of God, so all of these have a basic, like all of the main things we all agree on, but there's just little things we disagree on, and it's not that big of a deal. It really is sad. He said it's sad we have so many divisions in the church, and it's true. We love connecting with other churches, even though we may not agree on every single little thing. We all agree on the main points, and that's what's important. I don't know if David answered this. Can he work in another denomination? Yes and no. If he's ordained with the AG, we would really like to stay with the AG. Otherwise, it depends on what the other denomination is. He would have to switch and change to another, like change his ordination to another denomination. We don't really even know. I don't even know how that works. He probably knows. So we just really like the AG. He went to an AG school. And so we've had so much support and we really just, we want to stay with them if possible, but you never know what God's going to do. Okay. Was fasting hard for you in the beginning? Did your tummy stop rumbling? Okay. Yeah. I meant to answer this before. Yeah, it was hard at the beginning. I would definitely recommend if anyone wants to start with fasting, don't start with OMAD. Build up to that, because if you go from eating 3 meals a day to all of a sudden fasting all day, you are going to have a hard time with hunger. You may have some headaches. I mean, I've heard of people who jump right into it and do fine. But if you're having a hard time, I would suggest easing into it. Start fasting 12 hours and then bump it up to 13 and then 14. How I did it was I went like a week or two with just skipping breakfast. And then I just kept pushing the time I ate up till I remember for like a solid few months, I would break my fast around 1 o'clock. And then I would eat from like 1, eat like a late lunch, and then eat like dinner around 5, and then I would stop. And that worked for a little while. I just have felt better the longer I fast. So OMAD really works best for me now, but you definitely will adjust. I don't have my stomach growling all day long. I really have adjusted to not eating very, but only a short window. And I have like no problem. I do have occasionally will have some hunger. I'll drink some black coffee. I will distract myself whatever. And it's really not that hard at all. Oh, that's so great. Having a church family is so important. We are big believers in that because we are not made to do life alone. And the pandemic separated us all and we watched church online and that's great. I mean, that's wonderful. That's all we had. But now it's like it's time to get back and connect with each other because you are not meant to be like an island unto yourself. Like we need each other and it's super important to get, plugged into a church family and get connected and like sink your roots deep and not just leave every time, just go to different churches all the time. We really believe in having like that church family. What are some foods I don't like? Most of them are meat. I'm not a big meat eater. Steak, I absolutely detest the texture of meat. And so steak is like, mm-mm. I cannot do it. Ribs, anything that's really meaty, I just cannot. You guys, when I was a kid, I barely ate any meat. Like the fact that I'll eat ground beef and sausage and chicken is like huge because meat, just like the texture, and it's not even. When I was a kid, it was like the thought of what it is, but now it's not even that. It's just like the fleshiness of meat. I don't know. Just oh, I hate it. Other than that, um, I'm not big on, like, cooked veggies. I really do like raw better. I like some cooked, like roasted I like, but okay, I've lost the stream again. Let's see. Um, ba, 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 ba. Okay. Do, do, do. I have beautiful skin. Well, thank you. I have no makeup on today, so I look a little pasty or something here. I use just like a simple face cleanser, like a Target brand. I don't even know what, like Neutrogena or some off brand. Um, and then I use whatever like moisturizer. I will tell you, since I have started fasting, I've noticed a huge difference in my skin. I mean, I still have breakouts occasionally, but thank you so much for all the love. I will say, like Stephanie, the nurses I had during and all of my labor and delivery and the postpartum nurses, hands down, those ladies are amazing. I had nurses with Mark who like cried with me when I was all emotional and like having trouble breastfeeding and stuff. Like they are literally angels and they make such a difference in your patient experience for sure. Yes, exactly. Okay. Oh, Walmart needs to let you clock in. Yes, I swear I see all of those shoppers shopping in there, and when I'm walking, because I, like, go there every day to walk, I recognize all of them now. I just wanna stop them and be like, "Hey, yeah, let me work here." I'm too shy to do that, but, I would love to be a shopper for them. I think it would be so fun. With daily vlogs, Sharon, I kinda talked a bit about this on the last live chat, and I still haven't decided. With daily vlogs, will you do any more Sunday chats? It's really hard with the daily vlogs. I try to sprinkle in some Sunday chats in the vlogs, but it's hard to do that. So I'm kind of thinking about what to do. Um, Maybe do a separate live for Sunday chats, or maybe once a month do a Sunday chat on a live, or do a separate video. I have not decided yet. I don't know. I can't decide. So right now things are crazy, but once I decide, I haven't forgotten about Sunday chats. I really do love them. So stay tuned. I'm trying to think like what would be the best. Hey Shay. I hope you're doing good, girl. Like I don't think I'm old until I think back to like when I was in college and we didn't even have Netflix and we got them in the mail. That makes me feel real old. And like the kids I used to babysit in college are now like grown and having their own babies. Okay. Aw, thank you, Gidget, for watching first thing in the morning, every morning while you're working. I love that. Do you ever feel lightheaded or that your blood sugar gets too low during your fasting? No, I do not ever feel that. If you start looking into intermittent fasting, OMAD. Over here on YouTube, amazing YouTube channel, Dr. Jason Fung. He has like almost 1 million subscribers. He's amazing. All the work he's doing with fasting, and you like really learn the science of fasting. Okay, because I thought the same thing, like, "Well, my blood sugar is gonna drop, and I'm gonna get, like, crazy, like, weird, like, I'm gonna pass out." It doesn't work like that. Your body is so smart. God made your body so smart, and it's storing fat for this exact reason, because we didn't used to have this abundance of food everywhere. This is very new in terms of society to have all of this food so readily available. I mean, back in the day, like, think back to Jesus's time or before, even before Jesus' time, there wasn't like grocery stores you could go to. You know, you may have a big meal and then you would go a long time before you ate again. So your body is meant to store that fat. And then when you need it again, your body can access it. But what we do in our society is we eat breakfast and then we have like a sugary coffee and then we have another snack and then we have lunch. And so, like, we're eating all day, then we'll snack at night. Like, there is never a time that we're not eating. So our blood sugar is constantly going up and down because as you eat, your blood sugar is going up and your body releases insulin to bring it back down. So all day long, your body blood sugar is doing this. And so insulin, insulin is what your body releases to bring that blood sugar down. And what it does is it makes your body store fat because it doesn't have any, you're taking in more than you're burning. And Dr. Jason Fung is way more better explaining this than me. So when you're not eating, when you're fasting, your body is not, your blood sugar is not going up because you're not eating anything. So your body is also not releasing insulin. So you have a very stable blood sugar. And if your body needs energy, it's not going to bottom your blood sugar out. What it's going to do is it's going to get fat off of your body that you've already stored, and it's going to burn that. It's really fascinating to read about and to think about. It's really cool. Hey, Carissa. You like looking for ginger in our Christmas videos? Yeah, that would be fun. Um, I don't know. We have to think of like what we could possibly hide. It would be fun. Maybe we could have like, I don't know. I have to think about it. We're bringing back food battles. We do want to bring back some taste tests. I'm not sure exactly how and when we're going to do that. So stay tuned. We do miss doing them. You didn't think you would like fasting, but now I skip breakfast every day and 1 day a week I do OMAD. That's great. And that's what I love about fasting. You don't have to do it every single day. You can make it totally customizable to your life and what works for you. I know some people do like fasting 3 days a week and then the other days they don't, or they'll, fast until lunch every day. And that really works for them. It's really cool. Oh, if I'm missing anybody's questions, I'm so sorry. My thing keeps scrolling past and then I lose some. I've got like a terrible cough. How strict are you on screen time for the kids? Yeah, it's hard because Nate, it's hard to limit his screen time. We do, and we encourage him to read and do other stuff, but his language development, he's what they call a gestalt processor. His language comes from books, movies, things he's read. It's very important for him to have access to screen time for his creativity and stuff. If you look up gestalt processing, it's very interesting. Those kids don't put language together. They don't learn language based on just like people speaking to them like most babies do. It's very interesting. And so we try to limit the amount of time he just watches like random stupid videos, but a lot of times on his device he's actively creating graphics and he's watching like how to speak Russian and all of this stuff. So it's kind of more, not even, I don't really limit screen time. It's more because screens are so much of what he does. He has a talking device that is literally just speech, and that's technically a screen. I don't see it like that though, because it's not like he's just watching a video he's just vegging out with. Like, he's constantly learning. But we also do want him to have time reading, and he does lots of like art, comics and stuff on paper. So it's just, you have to know your kids. They're at school so much of the day that when they get home, we usually give them a break, like let them have some screen time to just kind of unwind. And then we'll have some family time and maybe they'll get to have a little bit more at night. But I'm not like super strict about it. Like I know some people are like no screen time at all or like 30 minutes. And that's just not really practical for our family because it's not just like they're vegging out on videos, you know. Ryan, I do see your videos and I recognize your name from YouTube, so welcome. Um, yes, I am very behind on the comments. I'm trying to catch up really quickly. Oh gosh. Hey Katie. Ever thought about Instacart? You could shop when you wanted. That's okay. People have messaged me that. I am interested in Instacart. I need to look into it. The only thing that kind of worries me is you're like taking these groceries to people's houses. Like, what if there's somebody scammy or sketchy that's there? Like, I don't know. I guess you just leave them at the porch. I don't know. If somebody wanted me to come into their house and like bring their groceries, like if they were elderly, I would feel like bad if I didn't do it. But what if they had like, most people I think would be great, but that's the only thing that kind of worries me. Okay. There is some scammy stuff going on, so I am going to remove a person and sorry you guys. Okay. Um no, that's not him. Okay, I'm going to hide him. I'm going to hide him. All right. Yes, 36 is not old. It's definitely not old, but I don't feel any different than when I was like 22. And then I'm like, oh, but it's so much older than 22. That's the longest fast I've done. You did OMAD, but done a 72-hour fast a few times. I'm interested in that. I watched Jackie from Intermittent Fasting Foodie. I love her channel. She did a 100-hour fast one time, and I was very interested in that. And she's talked about doing like a 75. If she ever does one like as a group, I may try to do it with her. I just think it'd be more fun doing it together. Um, but I don't know, like I probably the longest I fast has been like 36 hours probably. That's what I think. But I think I could do it. I think I could go longer. It'll be a fun thing to try. And then, obviously, like if you try to go to 50 hours or something and you don't feel good, like you don't have to. You can break your fast whenever. That's what I love. Like there's no like hard or fast rules. You're like, oh, like you can't do OMAD. Well, if I feel terrible one day and I want to break my fast early, I can. That doesn't mean I failed. It just means I broke my fast a little bit earlier. How would I feel if I were surprised with baby number 4? I would be very shocked. That would be, I mean, we've said, like, David said that procedure. We've been told that we're clear and we're good. But, we've always said if if we were somehow to get pregnant after this and all of that, like, God must really want us to have another baby. So although we would be real shocked, what can you do? We would have to get excited about it, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Would I ever consider adopting in the past? Have I ever considered adopting in the past? I know your family is not complete. Yes, it's complete. I have. I do think adoption is wonderful. I do think fostering is wonderful. However, with our special needs child, I would be stretched way too thin, and I just don't think it would be fair to my kids and to an adoption situation for that child and for my kids. I just don't think. Um, oh, you said that our family is now complete. I was gonna say, oh yes, it's complete. I see you corrected that. I do think adoption is wonderful. We have family members who are adopted. I think it's beautiful. I don't really think it's for us. Okay. And it scrolled past again. Okay. Okay. Yes. Sorry, you guys. I was so far behind in the chat that I did not see all the spam that was going on. So I have removed him. And I think David had to go do something with the kids. So he didn't see it either. So if y'all ever see that, sorry. You know, sometimes like I was about to block him anyway because it was getting weird. But then he just went way too far. So So sorry. Um, yeah, Jessica, that's a good point, and I try to say this as much as I can, but I obviously forget sometimes. If you are thinking about fasting, especially if you have other health conditions, but anytime you're thinking about starting something new, definitely talk to your doctor because they're gonna know all of your medicines you're on and your health history and all of that, and they're gonna know what's best for you. Totally recommend them. Do we have any special plans for the kids for Valentine's Day? I always do them a little gift basket, like a little tiny basket of stuff. Um, so I'm kind of gathering a few things for them. I'm not sure what else we'll do. I know it's like on a was it like Tuesday this year? So they'll have school. I think they'll have some Valentine's parties. We don't do anything real big, but I definitely do like a little basket when they wake up. Oh, yeah, yeah, that was definitely a troll, and, I got him out. I got him out. Um, yeah, I don't know, like, Instacart and DoorDash, like, I think I would really enjoy that, but I'm just worried that I don't know, it's probably would be fine, but you just like, that's why I would like Walmart because you know, they're coming to a store to pick it up, you're not going to their house. But then, like, having to deal with Walmart and the scheduling and all of that, like, I wouldn't wanna be away from my kids that long, but I do think if I could just pop into Walmart, like, shop whenever I wanted, I would love that if they had that program. Oh, you're so welcome. Belinda, I'm so glad we could keep you company on your car ride. Um, yeah, we totally I could see, like, he was starting to comment, but I didn't see the creepy comments till I'd scrolled down far enough, so sorry, you guys. Like I said, the trolls sometimes, like, look for lives to harass people. I have no idea, like, why you would wanna watch a random live of someone you don't follow. And then he went to the extra step to subscribe and then be subscribed for 5 minutes. And so, oh, anyway, people are weird. Um Yeah, I think Instacart's great, and I think that it provides a very necessary service. I'm just wondering, like, how they handle and I know nothing, they may have other safeguards in place. I'm just wondering how they handle, like, me as a woman going up with groceries to a random person's house. Like, what if there's somebody creepy in that house? Or someone that makes me feel uncomfortable, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. Can you pick a couple of fast food places and tell us your regular order or favorite order? That's a great idea. Okay, Chick-fil-A, I always get, well, not always. Most of the time I get a regular chicken sandwich, extra pickle. Um, I also really like their salads at Chick-fil-A, and I also really like their spicy chicken sandwiches. It just depends. Do I want spicy or regular? Usually I go regular, but I don't know. Sometimes the spicy's good. Taco Bell, I usually like whatever is, like, their new thing, like their new burrito that's out or whatever. I also really like the crunch wrap, but Taco Bell is so expensive. Y'all, it's not cheap anymore at Taco Bell. What is going on? Like, the meals are, like, $10. I mean, what? Like, I can't even go there anymore. I just feel like it's way too expensive. I don't understand that. McDonald's, I'm not a big fan of McDonald's in terms of lunch. Breakfast, I like their breakfast. I usually get a sausage McMuffin, no egg, when I even eat breakfast. For lunch, usually I get like a Big Mac if I really, really want it. Big Mac, no onions. Of course, their fries are delicious. And then if you guys want to know any of my other orders, let me know. Chick-fil-A is probably my favorite. Y'all know I love chicken salad chick. I'm trying to think what other fast food I like. I mean, I like lots of fast food. Let's be real. I just don't eat it a whole lot. Walmart is great. Walmart has like everything you could ever want or need, and it's really fun to go walk around in there and get exercise because you can look at all kinds of stuff. That's a good idea. I watch, do you guys watch Amanda? I think her channel is called The Bills now. It's her last name. It used to be Amanda Bill. They don't. they don't do it a whole lot, but they do, like, for fun. Her and her husband will go do DoorDash orders, like, because they used to just drive around together just to be together, and now they do DoorDash orders, and so they're hanging out together, but they're doing orders. They're like empty nesters, and I thought that was such a good idea because you can do it together and make a little bit of money, but I don't think I could do it, like, full time, you know? Okay. Shay said, "The main issue I've heard with working for Instacart is shopping for half the order and then the customer canceling." I have heard that too, or like they'll say you're getting a tip, and I've heard this on DoorDash too. Like they'll say this plus your tip, and then you'll take the job, and then they have a certain amount of time to like let your tip like be gone. Like they'll take it off, which is this hard because like you have to pay for your gas and all this stuff, and it's not worth it if you're not getting tipped. I know when David did Papa John's, it was shocking to us how many people don't tip. I mean, David could probably tell you, but I think it was like a third of the people that he would deliver to just would not tip. And that's just crazy. I mean, these people are not making hardly any money and they're using their own gas and all of that. And so, like, tip, like, tip is so important. I know in other countries it's not a thing, but here it is. And so, like, we always say, be a good example when you go to restaurants, tip. I mean, waiters will say like the worst time for their tips and is like Sunday after church. And that is sad because, we should be examples of Christ and be the best tippers, not the worst. Um, and I just don't understand that. So it would not be worth it if you didn't get good tips. In Florida, you can shop in our Publix and it just goes in a cooler for customer pickup. Oh, that's a good idea. I wonder if I know like Aldi sometimes does that, but I don't think our Aldi has pickup yet. If they ever do, that would be cool. But then I think some people say no Aldi people pick it up, do that. So I don't know. Um, but that would be ideal for sure. The brownie at Chick-fil-A is so good. Oh my gosh. The chocolate chip cookies are my absolute favorite at Chick-fil-A. The Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookies, they are so good. Oh my gosh. I used to really like the brownie, and then they took it away and they brought it back, and I don't know if I've had it since it's been back because I'm so obsessed with the cookies. The Taco Bell protein bowls are good. Yes. Yes. Those power bowls. I really like the vegetarian one. It's like beans and rice, and it's like a burrito bowl. It's so good. Their tacos are like 2 to $3 each. Yeah. But like who just has one taco, you know? Like, if you get a couple of tacos and then, like, something else, like, it just adds up, and, like, all the meals that come with a drink, they are so expensive. I don't know. It just seems crazy, and they used to have, like, a dollar menu, and now, like, at least at ours, they may be different other places, all of the dollar menus are, like like, the cheapest things, like, $3 on there. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I know inflation's been bad, but it just doesn't feel worth it to go there. We used to go there because it was so cheap, you know? We do have a Burger King. Burger King, I like a Whopper or the chicken fries, but the last time I got chicken fries at a Burger King, they were, like, cold, like, real cold. They were so gross, so now I don't ever wanna get them again. They were so gross. But I do like a Whopper. We do not have Bojangles, but we used to have one in Georgia where we lived, and I like their breakfast. Their chicken biscuits are good. Starbucks, yes, and I wanted to say, I don't know if, she's on here, but Rachel sent me a gift card to, a gift card to Starbucks this week, and I meant to say thank you on the log. I'm gonna tell her thank you when I get off of here on the vlog. That was so sweet. I love Starbucks. I don't go that often, but when we're traveling and stuff, I always go. I love Starbucks. I love so many things there. I just love getting, like, whatever seasonal drink. I love their iced coffee. I love Starbucks. Dairy Queen is my favorite fast food place. Sorry, because my throat is so dry. I do like Dairy Queen too. We have a Dairy Queen. The one closest to us is just a treat. They don't have like a grill. So I don't really get their food, but I do love their blizzards. Um, Yes, Targets here, if they're super Targets, they have groceries. A lot of our Targets aren't super Targets, so they'll have some groceries, like they may have milk and a few things, but they won't have like super Targets are amazing. They're huge and they have so much. Okay, so it's the Bells, but they say it kind of sounds like Beals. Beals, that's what it is. Bealls, the Beals. And she's amazing. If you want like grocery hauls, recipes, she's amazing. I love Amanda over at the Bills. She's awesome. Um, I heard somewhere if a customer cancels, the shopper gets to keep the groceries. I heard something like that too. I don't know how that works. Like maybe if you've already checked out, like I don't know. That sounds interesting. You would end up with a lot of stuff. Um, that's what we always say, Amanda. If you can't afford to leave a tip, like you can't afford to eat out. Like it's just part of it. Like it's just what to expect. Um, Uber Eats while you're in school. Yeah, that's a great way to earn some extra cash. What I love about it is you could do it on your own time. So there's not like set hours. So you could do it whenever you have a free time, which is really cool. Um, yeah. I haven't ever tried crumble, but I don't think anything could beat Chick-fil-A. They're so good. Um, you thought the shoppers were compensated for their gas. I'm not really sure how that works. I know when David did Papa John's, he got compensation for it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like, "You can fill up and then it was like pennies to what, they would figure out mileage or whatever. So I'm not sure how it works with DoorDash. I think they just get, like, their standard pay. I don't know that they get compensated for gas. I'm not sure. Yes, Shay. Here, though, they're not even $5 boxes. The last time I looked, they were, like, $7 boxes. Like, they were I'm just like, "What? Like, why are they so expensive?" And I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell is, like, my guilty pleasure. When I was in college, there was something about it. I just loved it. But now it's like, man, I could make so many tacos at home. It's just not worth it. Aw. I'm so glad, Belinda. I really have enjoyed my walks. Um, Even though I'm just walking at Walmart or I'm just walking around the neighborhood. Movement is movement and just being a little more active. You So many times I've been like, I'm going to start exercising and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to spend an hour doing this and that. And like, that's just not maintainable for me. But just getting a little bit of movement every day, that's maintainable. And I make it fun by doing something I like, even though it's just walking around at Walmart. It doesn't feel terrible. Like I'm listening to a fun pet podcast and I'm just kind of walking around. I get my steps in and it's enjoyable. Okay. Um, Aw, I wish that you had a bus system too. Our kids love riding the bus to school, and it is so convenient. I always did pickup line until Mark was born, and then it just kind of happened that we tried the bus, not even because of Mark being born. It just one of his teachers said, "You ever think that he would like it?" And we asked him, and he's like, "Yes, bus." So it's been so nice with Mark being home. Like if he's taking a nap, I don't have to get him out and get him in the car and all that. They just bring him right to my house. It's awesome. Yes, the Beals are a Christian family. They do all kinds of, like, Bible studies. They're awesome. You'll love them if you go follow them. They're awesome. I do think that Crumble is cool because they have that variety, like, they change it out every week or something. I think that's really cool. Do you know that, Shea Alabaster now has a Crumble? I need to try it next time we're in town. Um, I've never tried it. Papa John's, yes, it's a pizza place. Here in the US, it's a big, like, chain. It's, like, usually, like, Pizza Hut, people know Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Papa John's. It's, like, a big nationwide chain. To me, it's the best. You'll let me know what's your favorite, like, takeout pizza. But it's crazy, here in our city, our Papa John's is not that good. So now I'm like, I wonder if this is what other people think when they get Papa John's. They're like, "This isn't that good." Maybe it's just the location. Papa John's usually is so good, but here it's not that great. I've heard Insomnia cookies are really good, and I've never tried those either. Cold Stone is good. They are really good, and Marble Slab, which is, like, kind of the same thing, but I grew up on Marble Slab, and it is so good. That's what we had. There was one I'm trying to think of where it was. I think it was in our, kinda near our town. I know there was one when I went to college, and I loved it. They had this flavor called sweet cream, which Cold Stone has too. So it's, like, just a good base. doesn't have vanilla or anything, it's just a sweet cream, and I would always get, like, fresh fruit mixed into it. It's my favorite. Rebounding, a mini trampoline with a handle, and you follow YouTube instructions. That sounds really fun. That's really cool. Pizza Hut is good too, but I agree, it has to be pan, and my favorite way to get Pizza Hut is, like, in the restaurant, like, piping hot. Piping hot. So good. Yes, everybody remember when Subway was $5 footlongs, and now it's expensive. I went through a phase, last year where our Subway was, like, getting remodeled, and then they opened, and everybody was talking about Subway, and so I was, like, craving it like crazy, and we went through a phase of getting it every now and then. I haven't gotten it in a long time because it's so expensive. Everything's going up so much. Yeah, Marble Slab on Pelham, yeah. Oh, man, I loved Marble Slab. Papa John's is my favorite, but here it's just not that good. I don't know. Maybe we just had a bad couple of times. They have really weird hours, like, they won't even deliver till certain times of the day. It's just I don't know. It's just weird. Ooh, Five Guys is good. That's expensive too, though. The last time we went to Five Guys, I was like, "Holy cow, we could have gone to, like, a sit-down restaurant with tip for what we paid." But it is really good quality meat. Um Oh, Lindsay, that sounds good. Key lime cookie? That's like crumble. You were pregnant and craved it for months. Isn't it so crazy, like, how obsessed you get with stuff when you're pregnant and you could, like, cry until you get it? Oh, Sharon, your Walmart's too packed to walk. It's funny because ours on Saturday is pretty busy, but if I stay like over on the other side away from the groceries, it's usually pretty empty. If I go in the mornings here or in like mid afternoon, there is no one. It's like me and the shoppers and the occasional person shopping. So it's been really easy, but we live in a small town. So Domino's is good. My kids would say their favorite is Domino's, and Domino's has gotten a lot better over the years. It used to be, I feel like, not that great, but it's pretty good now. Cousins, Jimmy John's, or Jersey Mike's. I have tried Jimmy John's is probably one of my favorite sub places. I love Jimmy John's. My favorite is the Beach Club, no mayo, no tomatoes, and it's like turkey and cheese and like avocado. It's so good. Lettuce, pickle, and I always get a side of their Kickin' Ranch. It's like this spicy ranch. It's delicious. Jersey Mike's is good too. I like their turkey subs. They also have hot subs at Jersey Mike's, so those are really good too. Okay. $30 for 2 small burgers and fries. Yeah. Isn't that sad? It's so sad. The last time me and David went, we were like, "Oh my gosh, like, we totally could have eaten somewhere, like, nicer with tip," and it was good, but it's sad. Marco's Pizza, I've seen Marco's Pizza. I don't know that I've ever eaten there, but David's brother, he's doing good as far as I know. They're coming to visit us this weekend for Mark's birthday, so we're super excited to see his mom and dad and his brother. Um, so yeah, to rub a bank before you go to Five Guys. Why is it so I've heard it's expensive because the quality of their meat, but still, like, man, it's real expensive. And their fries are delicious, but it's just expensive. Yeah, that's what we do. We make sub sandwiches at home because you can get like a one of those breads from the bakery, for like what are they used to be $1. Now they're like $1.50. But still $1.50 with some basic sub ingredients. Like you could less than $10 make a bunch of subs. That's what we do too. I love to like make my own because I know exactly like have you ever been to Subway and you say like a little bit of ranch or a little bit of honey mustard and they're like you're like, "Oh." So you can control it and it just tastes better. Domino's makes a yummy deep dish. Yes, they do. My favorite thing at Domino's is to get I just make it myself. I don't order like a special, but if you get like a 2 ingredient or a 2 topping, I get the spinach Alfredo. So I do Alfredo sauce, and if I only have 1 topping, I'll just get spinach. And then if I have 2, I'll get spinach and parmesan. And it is so good. That's my favorite thing at Domino's. And I told you guys on the vlog, but the last time I ordered that, we had a couple pieces and I made it for Nate because he was asking me for pizza. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna like this. It's spinach Alfredo. He loved it. I was like, I don't think he's had a green vegetable hit his stomach since like baby food. He loved it. Okay, let's see. What kind of chips do you like with your subs? I am a chip person. I love chips. I don't know. I really like the jalapeno kettle chips. Anywhere that has those, I really like sun chips. I like any kind of chip, really. Um, you wanted to get him local Mexican food. Mexican food. I mean, Mexican food and burgers are two of the best, so you can't really go wrong. Peanut oil at Five Guys. Peanut oil isn't usually if you're allergic to not always. Some people are allergic to the oil. But you're saying that maybe the peanut oil is the cause the price, maybe. Um, Peanut oil though doesn't really affect Nate with his allergy though, so we don't have to worry about it too much. But maybe that is I know like Chick-fil-A uses peanut oil too. I know like oil right now is expensive, even like vegetable oil in the store. So expensive. Cold Stone Creamery used to give free ice cream. Do they still do that? That'd be interesting to know. Crustless pizza. Oh, that's interesting. You know, like Papa John's, I think, does that here too, like a crustless pizza when you don't want the carbs. I'm big on pan pizza, though. That's my favorite. Cops, Culver's, and Tucker's. I've never heard of Cops or Tucker's, but we do love Culver's. That's really good. Um, yeah, that's what I've heard too. That Five Guys, it's about the quality of their ingredients, which I'm all for. But man, it's like a every now and then treat, I guess. We don't have one real close to us, so popcorn chicken with lettuce, mayo, tomato, lettuce, cheese for dinner. That sounds really good. I love getting all the free stuff on your birthday, but I was kind of disappointed this year. I don't know. I didn't get that much stuff. I got my free Starbucks drink, and that's really all I got in my email. I was looking for all the free stuff, and I didn't really get anything. So I guess I need to re-sign up for all this stuff. Culver's is delicious. Oh my gosh, Mark loves Mexican food. We keep saying like he's the one that should have been born in San Antonio, Texas. He loves it. Today I made him taco meat at home and he actually ate it. Not as much as he would have eaten in a restaurant, but he ate some of it. I was like we were like, yeah, yeah. we don't want to show too much excitement because he'll sense it, and stop eating. But we were like silently like, yes, he's eating. He's eating. Oh my gosh. Cops and Tuckers are like Culver's. Oh, that's good to know. They sell custard. I love custard. That like creamy custard. We have Freddy's a lot of places around here too, and we had them in Texas, and they have that custard style. Their chocolate custard ice cream is I talk about craving that when you're pregnant. I crave that when I was pregnant. So creamy and delicious. When I was pregnant with Nate, which is funny because he doesn't like sweets at all. All I craved was sweet things. So, like ice cream, donuts, chocolate chip cookies. I worked at a daycare. So, I had my nursing degree, but I just wanted something to do. But it's funny now, like I wanted something to do. Um, and we were the whole country was going through this nursing freeze. Like nobody was hiring anywhere. And so I just started working at the daycare, like making hardly any money. But it was in our church. It was in the church David worked at. So we would, I just worked a little bit. I didn't even work very much. But every day I would work from like 1 to 6 or something. And I would go and get a drink. And I really liked Chick-fil-A lemonade. That was like my favorite when I was pregnant with him. That and McDonald's cookies, which if they had the Chick-fil-A cookies back then, that would have been real expensive. But I could get 2 chocolate chip cookies for $1 and I would get that in like a Diet Coke. Now I'm like, I don't even know how I did that. I would eat sweet stuff all the time. It's all I wanted. And then when Lucy was in my tummy, I wanted the spiciest salsa in the town. It was like this really hot salsa. And I would crave that so much. I wanted like spicy and salty stuff with her. It's really weird. And then y'all know about Mark. Like all I wanted was those lean pocket or those hot pocket breakfast things. Oh my gosh, I ate so much of those when I was pregnant with him. So much of those. Pregnancy is weird. Yes, we always do that too, to trade the kids books or toys for the ice cream. We always do that too because, like, what are we gonna do with a book that's, like, this small, you know? I mean, they're gonna read it one time and then it's just gonna be clutter, so we always trade them over and, yeah. Ulta gives free birthday gifts. Yes, they do, and I don't think I went into an Ulta. We don't have one real close to us, so I never get my birthday gift from them. Nothing but cake. Oh, wow. Starbucks Blackberry Diner, nothing but cake. Jamba Juice. Wow, you got a lot of birthday freebies. There's a nothing but cake like an hour from here, and I keep wanting to try it. I've had it I've had it with Jen because I was with her at her daughter's birthday, and, they had them, and they were really good, but I haven't been in the store, and, anyway. You said he ate 2 plates. What did he eat from there? So we go to this place that has a Mexican buffet, and so, we go and get and he's free because it's, like, all kids under 4 are free. So we get him a plate, and we put a scoop of beans, refried beans, a scoop of taco meat, and a scoop of rice, like, a pretty big size portion. I mean, like, it fills the plate, and he eats all of it. He really start likes the rice and the beans, but then he'll eat the meat too. I'll kinda, like, stir it in a little bit, but then when we went on Monday, he kept asking for more, so he got more rice and beans. I don't think he ate more meat, though. He ate so much, and then tons of chips. He eats so many chips. He doesn't really like the salsa, but he loves the chips. Oh, man. Brahms. I've heard of Brahms, but I don't think I've ever been to one. Um, yes, if you guys know any birthday freebies, let us know. We can sign up for them, and maybe next year I'll remember to check. I mean, I looked at my email several times. I didn't really see anything. Favorite children's books? Mark really loves the Little Blue Truck books. Lucy, I'm reading Babysitter. These aren't, I guess they're children's. They're kind of more like preteen. Babysitter Club. I read those as a kid. I really like the Ramona series for young readers. Um, Nate's favorites are Big Nate, Captain Underpants, Dog Man. That's kind of what my kids are into. Eggnog. Yeah, I'm not a fan of eggnog, and eggnog is, like, one of those things that's very polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. I just have never really loved it. Yeah, let everybody know, like, let us know what you liked when you were pregnant. David, I didn't like Sonic milkshakes. I don't remember that. I don't remember liking milkshakes with Mark. I think he's remembering Nate. I liked with Nate, do you guys remember what Sonic used to have? The cream slushes? Oh my gosh. So many cream slushes. They were so good. It was like the best of both worlds. It was like fruity, but it had the ice cream mixed in. And some people say that Sonic will still make them for you, but they're not on the menu. So I always feel bad asking them. But then I think Dairy Queen has something similar. So I'm going to have to try that. But the cream slush is my favorite with Nate. Hey, Jen. I'm so glad you got to jump on. When you were pregnant with your youngest, you craved cherry turnovers from Arby's. Those are good. Those were good. Do they even have those anymore? I guess they do. Those are good. I love like a pastry of any kind. I really like. Yeah, Dave remembers getting me the chips and salsa with Lucy. I would go to what was that place called? Alamo Cafe in Texas. So good. If you ever in San Antonio, they have really spicy salsa, and they have like tortillas. Like you can watch them make them when you come in. They're so good. The salsa flavor of Sun Chips are my very favorite. If I buy those, like, you have to hide them from me because I wanna eat all of them because they are so good. The garden salsa, they're delicious. They have, like, a little kick to them. Yes, Panera does do the dessert freebies. I do think I get that, but I haven't been to Panera. I wish we had a Panera close because they do that, sip club where you can pay, like, I don't know how much it is, like $15 or something, and then you get unlimited drinks. I would love to go there and, like, work and edit and have, drinks, free drinks, coffee, whatever. Yeah, Mark was all those hot pockets of breakfast ones, which I'm not like, I do not like scrambled eggs. That is not something I would normally eat. That was all pregnancy, and I would eat, like, at least 1 a day, if not 2, which was, I'm sure, terrible for me, but that's what I wanted. Potty training's going great. Poop is still a problem. TMI. Pee, we've got down. He calls it water hose. I've told y'all this. He'll say water hose, and that means he has to pee. But he's asking to go. He's doing great. Poop, we're just like holding it in. Like he thinks it's gross. He says stinky. Sometimes he makes it. Sometimes he goes in the tub. I'm just like, we're just trying to take it in stride, but he's not going in his pants. He's not going like he's going to bed all in just underwear, not having accidents. So they have little blue Chuck Valentines at Walmart. I have not seen those. Oh, I'm gonna have to look for that. Our Walmart, I haven't seen them. I need to check. Do you enjoy hot eggnog hot or cold? I've only seen it cold. I know that Starbucks used to have an eggnog latte, so I'm not sure if I've ever had it hot. To me, it's like the texture, it's just too thick. Sonic Waters. I don't know if I've ever had the Sonic Waters. Um, I really do like I used to love the Sonic Ocean Water, and I know they have one of those flavorings, so I might would like that. $3 off a drink, a free dessert, $2 off a dessert. Yeah, Panera and they'll like all the time Panera will be like, "We've chosen you for free coffee for a month," or whatever. They have like random times they release rewards, not just on your birthday, which is nice, but you don't really know when they're coming. And I wish we had one closer because it's just not convenient for me. My mom ate all kinds of weird stuff when she was pregnant with me, and I'm like, I hate all of that stuff. Coffee at 7 p.m. I'm one of those weird people that caffeine really does not affect me. I can drink coffee and then be fine. Um, but I have tried because I've had trouble sleeping the last few nights to just see if limiting coffee will help and like not having it past like, mid-afternoon. But I'm still not sleeping good, so I don't think it's that. Do you remember the standalone Krispy Kremes? Yeah. We have some big Krispy Kremes in Alabama. Here too. There's one like hour from here. It's huge standalone Krispy Kreme. And it has the like machine the where you can go in and watch the machine make the donuts. Steamed crabs. I mean, if you're from Maryland, I'm sure the crabs are really good. Mall pretzels. Oh my gosh. I'm not even pregnant and I love those. Like Auntie Anne's or I really like what's the other big brand? Wetzel's. Oh my gosh, a soft pretzel is one of my favorite things of all time. Like, not just a freezer one, but, like, one that's homemade from a stand like that in the mall. It's one of my very favorite things. Here, there's, like, a pretzel truck that comes every now and then. Like, we have Chick-fil-A there's a Chick-fil-A food truck that comes every other week. So every other Wednesday they come, but the pretzel truck, I mean, it'll be months before they come again, and I keep missing it, and I just am sad because I love soft pretzels. Oh, you used to get a free donut at Krispy Kreme on your birthday. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I feel like I remember that. Eggnog is like candy corn. Yes, very polarizing, super polarizing. And I'm not a big candy corn person either. Yeah, candy corn, I'm a nay, nay, nay. Hey, Gabby. Hope you are doing good, girl. Oh, that's great, Belinda. I hope he enjoys it. My kids love reading, and I feel awesome about that because I know it's a struggle for some kids. Um, and like David's not a big reader, so I think they've all gotten their love of reading from me. But I think the key is finding books that they're really interested in. It's like if you get some boring book like they're not interested in, they're not going to read it. Oh, I'm not that big into ice cream either. I like going out for ice cream and having it like as a treat. But if we have ice cream at home, like I don't want it. Like, I would rather have pretty much anything else besides that. I'm not big on it. Okay. Mm, okay, I'm gonna go a few more minutes and then I'm gonna sign off because we are getting late. Okay, let's see. $12 for Sip Club now. It was 7 when you first signed up. Yeah, I think it would depend on how like, if you worked from home and you could go to Panera and, a few times a week even or more and sit and work and, get coffee, a couple coffees a day, like, I think that would be way pay for it. Or if you had one close to you and you could go by and fill up on your way doing errands or something, but, like, to us, like, it's just not convenient, but it's a cool concept. I watch, Jackie from Intermittent Fasting Foodie, and she has one, like, really convenient to her, so she'll go in and take, like, a big cup and like get iced coffee or hot coffee, and she fasts. So it really helps her feel like she's getting like a little treat, but it's, something she can have. And I just thought that's such a great idea. And you pay like $12 a month. If you even got a couple of coffees out, it would be more than that. Hey, Katrina. The eggnog you tried was like a milk consistency. It's been so long since I have had eggnog. I can't even tell you. I just feel like I remember it being kind of thick. Let's see. Yeah, David loves ice cream. Like he loves them. Yeah, let me know if you guys like Auntie Anne's or Wetzel's. I'm kind of on team Wetzel's right now because we had them in Disney Springs. It was like the best pretzel of my life. It was so good. I don't know if it's because we were really, really hungry and they were super fresh. Do you have a food from your childhood that you miss? I don't know. That's a good question. When I think of my childhood, I don't really think about a lot of food. I was so, so picky. Like, you guys, you wouldn't know it now, but I wouldn't eat hardly anything. Like, I was so skinny because I just did not like food. I just didn't have a lot of stuff I would eat, like chips and stuff are like my weakness. I love that, but like in terms of actual food, like I just was so picky. So I don't know. I remember really liking certain meals at school. Like our school had chili Fritos and they would have like chili and cheese on Fritos, and I love that. That was when I was like in high school though. And I remember like does everybody remember the pizza in the cafeteria, like the rectangle pizza? I love that. Culver's has good pretzel bites. Oh, I'll have to try that. I also really like the pretzel from Sonic. It was really good when I had it. It comes with like a cheese sauce. Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why they're that popular either. Their donuts are not that great. I do like their coffee, but I feel like their coffee is super inconsistent, and that's what I love about Starbucks. Starbucks is very consistent. If you order, I mean, sometimes they mess it up. It's people. They're not perfect. But I feel like if you order an iced coffee with this many pumps, and if you have your order, it's going to taste the same every time. Dunkin', I've never had it taste the same twice in a row. Like they're so inconsistent. And if they could get that down, I think they would be a lot more popular. But maybe it's just the Dunkins I've been to. They just have not like sometimes they'll put way too much sweetener when I don't ask. Like it's just weird. I don't know. Okay. Culver's is good. Yeah, they have really good burgers, and it kind of reminds me of like I don't know what would you compare it to? It's better than like a Burger King, but it's like a fast food type thing like that. Free dozen donuts on your birthday. Oh, is it like a buy one get one free thing? 'Cause I feel like they sent me a coupon, but I don't think it was for my birthday. Ben's Pretzels. Huh, I've never heard of that. I need to switch to decaf. I really do need to get some and just see if that helps. I usually stop drinking coffee. Like I'll drink multiple cups in the morning and then I usually don't drink it any in the afternoon. But if I ever wanted some at night, it may be helpful to have decaf. I just don't think it really affects me as much as other people though. Because I used to could drink it. So maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I don't know. Okay. Thank you so much, Amanda, if you're still here. Um, Let me see. Auntie Anne's. You guys are saying Auntie Anne's. Yeah, those are really good too. David's not big on the soft pretzels. I love them. I love them. And I like both. I like Auntie Anne's and Wetzel's, but the last time I had Wetzel's, they were so good. It's like making me think that now Wetzel's is the best. I think I just had a really good experience. But Lucy, it was so funny because I think I was vlogging this in Disney. It was hot, y'all, hot, hot. And David waited forever in line. We were hungry. Kids were like melting down. And we got the kids popcorn. And then he waited forever to get me a pretzel and some lemonade. And this hot pretzel with cheese sauce came out. And like it was everything. It was so good. And Lucy's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "This is my pretzel." And she's like, "I want to try it." And she'd have eaten like a half of that thing. And then I'm like, "Lucy," she's like, "This is so good." I'm like, "I know." It's so funny. Yeah, any warm, soft pretzel will do. Like, yes. Pudding pops. Yes, I remember pudding pops. What happened to those? Like the Jello pudding pops. Oh, congratulations, Jackie, on your job. That's so exciting. You were very sick with all 4 kids. Oh, I hate that. But when you were able to eat chips and salsa and bananas, so number 1 was chips and salsa, 2 was bananas, 3 was nuts, and 4 was chocolate. Hey, at least some of those are pretty good. Some protein in the nuts, at least. I wasn't super sick with my pregnancies. I was very, very blessed. I had definite, like, queasiness in the first trimester, but I wasn't miserable with it. I really enjoyed my pregnancies. I really did. It was such a cool feeling to have, like, that feel that baby inside of you, like, it's just, like, the weirdest thing, and so I really got to enjoy my pregnancies, but, there was some definite cravings. Yes, why are we talking about food so much? We're all fasting, or some of us are fasting. Dunkin' is overrated. Yeah, fresher and softer Wetzels. I'm telling you, I never would have thought I would like Wetzels more, but the last time I had Wetzels, it was so delicious. So, I don't know that we have either one super close to us, so I don't know. Do I like dark chocolate? Yeah, I do. I prefer milk chocolate, but I do like dark too. Especially, like, if I have dark chocolate with something, like with nuts or something to kinda counter out some of that bitterness. Um, you need to get better at eating veggies. I find you have to find out what works for you. So, like, David really likes cooked veggies. I really like raw veggies. But I also have found that I really like when I roast veggies. If you put a little bit of olive oil and some seasoning and you roast it in the oven, so good. Like green beans are good like that. Butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, I really like that. Even like carrots, sweet potatoes. The Detroit style pizza, I have not tried the one at Walmart, but I have tried the one at Aldi, and it is so good. It is so good. No free, no purchase required. Oh, that's a good coupon. If you got a free dozen donuts, that's a really good coupon. I think I am part of the rewards club. I know I have their app, but I don't know for sure. I need to check because we use it when we go to David's mom and dad in Florence. They have a Krispy Kreme. That's about the only time we ever get Krispy Kreme. Black Rock. Huh. There are so many coffee shops here. So many coffee shops. So many. So there's no Starbucks, but there's a lot of local places. But now that I have my espresso machine, like I don't ever get coffee out. Thanks so much, Stephanie, if you're still here. Oh, you are cleaning and organizing a call closet. That is exciting. Target sells Auntie Anne's pretzels in the freezer section. Wonder if they're good. I bought some of the Bavarian pretzels from Aldi frozen, and they're good. They are good, but they're nothing like fresh homemade pretzels, you know? Mickey ice cream bars at Walmart. Yeah, those are good. Those at Disney World are good, but they're so expensive. Oh. You have a Lego club that your church puts on. That is so cool. Lucy would love something like that. And you're hungry and you need to make dinner, Kelly. And she also says she's never had a Krispy Kreme donut before. Okay, we have to get Kelly a Krispy Kreme donut. There's something like you have to experience them in life. They're not like a normal donut. They're like so much better, especially if you get a hot one. Oh man. That sounds delicious. Jessica, favorite Starbucks drink. I don't even have a favorite Starbucks drink. I like so many different things. I really like their holiday drinks. They're probably my favorite. If I don't get a holiday drink, I usually get the cold brew, cold foam on top. It's like cold brew, and then they put like this cold foam on top. It's probably my favorite, but I like so many different things from there. I love that you can customize it, do less syrups, because I don't like my coffee super sweet. I also like getting Americanos. Peanut M&Ms are good. They won our M&M taste test. Hello, Christine. Cleo bars. Yes, I have had those. It's been a while, and I did have those, and they are really good. The Detroit pizza. Yeah. Detroit pizza is really good. Oh, thanks, Christine, for the, super what do they call it now? Super thanks. That is so sweet of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Detroit is really good. It's that, like, pan style pizza. Yeah, I like veggies a lot, but I like them raw, and, you know, like, that's not when you're making dinner. I mean, I do snack on them while I'm cooking and stuff, but I even like raw green beans. I know that's weird. I love raw green beans. I just like the crunchiness. I don't really like mushy vegetables, so roasting them helps because it adds, like, some crunch, and you can leave them, like, a little bit underdone, but I used to hate veggies growing up because, usually they would be, like, cooked or canned, and I like canned green beans, I hate them so much. I would rather just starve. Aw, Red Robin used to give a free birthday burger. This year, there's a required purchase. Oh, that's a bummer. We had a Red, Robin right near our church in Alabama while we were there, and we used to go there all the time. The kids loved it. The funnel cake sticks from Captain D's. Okay, I've heard this from Moss Family TV. She talked about, I think when she was pregnant or something, she really liked them. And I keep wanting to go try them at Captain D's, and I never have. So I definitely need to do that. How do I highlight someone's name? Um, yes, there you go. You guys answered her, so thank you. Because I was like, I don't know. The matcha tea. Yeah, I really like the matcha drinks too, and I didn't think I would, but I do. And I really like getting a chai latte. I really like that too. In the fall, especially like a chai oat milk latte. So good. Yes, Little Caesars is Detroit style, but I mean, it's not like the best Detroit ever, but it is like that style. Yeah, it used to be called Super Chat, but I think they changed the name, right? Or maybe they changed the name on the shorts only. I don't know. But thank you anyway. I don't know the slogans. All right, we're gonna go through the rest of these real quick as I know it's getting really late. Aw, we are in this journey together, Megan, and we are praying for you guys, and God has the right thing out there, and it's hard when you have, like, no idea. Like, I just wanna know, like, what's happening? Where's it going? Like, where are we gonna go? What's the job? And we just don't know, and having to trust is so hard, but I am in this with you, and I totally get how you feel, so you can message me anytime, and, you can vent. I'll listen. Um, since I started fasting, have you thrown out your scale or do you still weigh in? I hate the scale. I do weigh just because I'm curious, but I will say I got a comment a few days ago. Somebody was like, "So you've lost 20 pounds. You probably lost that all at once, and then now you're just maintaining." No, my weight has gone down very slowly, very slowly. Like, I have not lost a lot of weight on this, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. It is going down. It's just going down very slow, but that's okay. Like, who says it has to be fast? And I'm enjoying it and it's something I can live with. Who cares if it takes me 3 years or whatever, you know? So I do like to weigh just because I'm curious, like what my body does, but I don't weigh in every day and I don't put a lot of stock in it because I have noticed that it fluctuates a lot depending on what time of the month it is, how much water I've drank, all kinds of stuff. So you cannot, I feel like a better judge of how you're doing is like how your clothes are fitting, how you feel. So, oh, I haven't heard of Longshay. That sounds good. There's a place in Alabaster when we visit my mom and dad. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Um, because my niece calls it Delish Donuts. That's not it. And I can't remember what it is. All I'm thinking of is Delish Donuts, but there's this place, and I when I say this, they're like, "No, no," but I think they're better than Krispy Kreme. They're so good. I keep saying, like, finger licking. That's not right. I forget what it's called, but It is so good. I don't think they're warm either, but they're so soft like Krispy Kreme. They are so good. Millie calls them delish donuts, and that's not even close to what it is. Um, that's good that you like them cooked, frozen, or canned. Yeah, that gives you lots of options. I need to make homemade pretzels too. Like, if we could learn how to make homemade pretzels, like, we wouldn't even have to worry about this debate. Um, your sister makes and sells homemade pretzels. That would be a good business thing because everybody loves them and nobody can get them really unless you go to a mall. A super sticker. Okay, maybe that's what I've been seeing, a super chat or super sticker. Okay. I made homemade pretzels before. You boil them. Yes, I've seen people do it. You boil the dough in cornstarch water before a couple minutes before baking. I'm definitely gonna have to like look into this. You like green beans and peas cooked, stuffed cabbage, which apparently have a lot of veggies in them. Ah, borscht, which is European beet soup. I've heard of borscht, never had it. But that sounds interesting. I'm not big on cabbage. I like raw cabbage. Like here I am saying the raw veggies again. But interesting. Amen, girl. Amen, Megan. I It's a hard season to walk through. It really is. And especially if you're a mom and you care about your kids and it's stressful, but you know, God sees it all. And, that's where faith comes in. And we want to know, like, ahead of time, exactly what's going to happen. But then that doesn't there's no faith required. So, yes. God cares about the sparrows. How much more does He care about you and your family and your babies? He cares about all those details. And it helps me to know, like, if this is the right move for David, God's already prepared it to be the right move for me and the kids too. It's not like God's like, oh, whoops, this is going to be a hard transition for them. He's got all those details in mind too because He cares. Good night, Gidget. Oh my gosh, Krispy Kreme. My very favorite Krispy Kreme is maple, and, the one we go to where David's mom and dad live, they've stopped carrying it. They're making it, which I'm super bummed because maple donuts are my absolute favorite, maple glazed donuts. So, since they don't have that, usually I just get a plain glazed, because you can get them hot, and a lot of times the other ones are not hot, so the maple ones are good, though, if you ever try them. Okay, so you guys are all saying, so maybe I should do a homemade pretzel tutorial. Is that what I'm getting at? Like maybe I could look up how to do it and we could do a video of it. Maybe that would be fun. Um, that would be fun, right? Maybe I should do that. All right, you guys. So I am at the end of my chat. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's question, but it's getting real late. So I'm going to sign off. We will definitely do this again next week. So be watching the vlogs and the community tab. I'll let you guys know. It'll probably be next Thursday again. I feel like Thursday's a pretty good day, but if it has to change, I'll let y'all know. We are going to be doing a live chat on Patreon probably in the next week or two. So if you are a silver or gold tier member, we're going to be doing a private Patreon chat. So definitely be looking for that too. But good, all the good talk. Like I have so many things I want to try now. We got on food. We were talking about fasting and all the stuff. And then we got on food. That was really fun. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.